Welcome to Perth's #1 podcast. You're listening to the Jamo and Dylan Show.
Yeah, we're on the way to Dunsborough. Little mad trip with the boys. We're celebrating.
G'day guys and welcome back to the Jamo and Dylan Show. We're back, Dylan, 182 episodes in to our journey. It's been a tumultuous couple of weeks. We have bad news. We lost the indoor soccer grand final, 3-1.
Went down. It was heartbreaking.
It was tough to watch. I'm sure it was tough to play in.
Yeah.
But yeah, we move on, we move forward, and we'll be better. Some things that have happened to me in the past few weeks. So obviously, last episode you would have heard about when I went deaf. That was quite a scary experience. Then I injured my back. You wouldn't have heard about that, but that's just an ongoing injury I have.
Mm-hmm.
And then last week playing indoor soccer, snap, crackle, pop goes my ankle. Down I go. Then I was uncontrollably screaming and punching the floor.
Yep, you were.
Quite an embarrassing experience, but I couldn't control it. So yeah, carrying on, shouting. And then I said to the guy that runs the place, that was working there, sorry. He goes, "Oh, do you want an ice pack?" And I said, "Yeah, that would be good." Brings me back an ice pack. And then he said, "How are you going to get out of here?" And I said, "Oh, some crutches would be good, thanks." Yeah, he wheels out a wheelchair for me.
Wheeled you to the car.
Yeah. And then instead of my friends consoling me, they laughed at me and took videos.
Lots of videos.
Yeah, lots of videos.
We had a good win that night. That was a very good win.
Yeah, it was
for
a good
the semi. And then just didn't work out last night.
I think there was about 6 minutes to go when I got injured.
Yeah, we held on.
But yeah, so it's been tough. The ankle, there's no broken bones, no fractures. That's confirmed. It's bruising and I'm in quite a lot of pain right now.
Yeah.
It's been, a week now since it happened.
Yeah, a week and 1 day.
But there's not much improvement happening. It's some sort of on the decline. So I'm going to have to go and get it checked out after we record today. Hopefully I'll find out a bit more and can update you guys on that. But that was bad. Also, on the way to indoor last week, the Kangaroo Incident. Oh, my God. So where I live, there's lots of kangaroos. They're idiots. I've said this on the podcast before. They jump out in front of cars. Bro. When they see flashing lights, they get excited, right? So I'm driving my car. What time was our game last week? 8:40.
It was a late game, yeah.
So I'm leaving maybe just before 8 o'clock, going over a hill, just listening to my music. Actually, no, it was a podcast. List Cloggers.
Okay.
Yep. Driving. And then like out the corner of my eye, coming from the left side of my car, massive kangaroo jumps and it's like rolled over the top of my car and I've swerved. I've luckily stayed on the road and I thought I was going to die. So
slow-mo? It
was a bit slow-mo. And then the only damage to my car, I thought that the top was going to be fucked because the noise was incredible. It was like, I swear it made a noise, and then obviously when things hit the top of your car, it's quite loud. Even when when it's raining, it makes some impact. So, yeah, that happened. And then the only thing that's been left on the top of my car is a claw mark
of it trying to hold on.
Yep, from the front left side
Did the
to the
kangaroo
back
die?
right. No,
oh, you reckon it?
No, so
what a gangster.
I drove past that night when I came back home, and the morning after, and there was nothing there. So I reckon it's just rolled over the car, had a bad fall, but gotten up and soldiered on.
Bro,
yep.
Yeah.
No damage to his ankle, so he got away with it. But yeah, it's been rough. That's why we missed last week, because it was the morning after I got injured. We were going to record, and I couldn't even get out of bed. The pain was horrific. So apologies for that, guys. Air fresheners still on sale. Thanks to all those who have bought them. We really need you guys to get rid of them now. We might bump the price down.
Yeah, we might just give them away, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, true. We'll just give them. I remember
just throw them away.
Early days of the podcast, we had an idea to like buy business cards and go to Carousel and drop them off the top of the escalators.
I remember that. Yeah, that's a long time ago.
We're going to buy like 1,000. So
at least we have air fresheners forever.
True.
Like we'll never be, there's still...
What do we have, 20 left?
20 sets left, like sets of 3. We're still good to go, bro.
Can you give me some, bro?
Yeah, I'll bring some over next week.
Because mine, the smell kind of went away after a week.
I'll bring a 3-pack over. Maybe I'll leave the Jamo and Dylan ones at home.
Yeah, well, we've learned from those air fresheners, haven't we?
Yes.
I'm also disappointed that, like, I wanted to play a bit of golf. Dylan and I have started to play a
Played
bit
a
of
couple rounds.
couple rounds, 9 holes, of course. We don't have the patience for 18
18's a lot.
yet.
I do 18 on a beautiful course.
Yes, a
with
beautiful
maybe
course.
some beers if you
And
the cart girls or whatever that come around, and that would be nice.
Maybe even starting it like early.
Yeah,
But yeah, no.
we've been to a few.
I'm sad that I can't play at the moment.
Yeah,
Because I was really getting into it. But this is a call out for anyone that wants to give us some lessons. You know, there's been a couple of people who
you
have
don't have
reached
to be
out.
a pro.
No, you just need to know what you're doing. If you want to come for a round of golf,
Teach me how
with
to
Jamo
swing a
and Dylan,
driver,
yeah,
and then I'll be better.
and to deal with the pressure. 'Cause
Yeah, that was hard. But it was worse because you hit it really well. So then I was like, now I know I'm not going to hit it well.
Yeah. Then after that, I let you go first.
Yeah.
But that was I hit well for like the first 3-4 holes, and then I was average for the rest of the
Yeah.
day. So, oh well, that's golf.
It's a tough sport.
Yeah,
It's
I'd
fun
love
though.
to play against Dill Buckley and Dan Gorringe.
We'd get smoked, eh?
Yeah,
Because
probably.
Dill's good.
Yeah,
Enough.
we would get
a lot
smoked,
better than us.
but I'd love to just be on the course with them and compete. I think it would be a good competitive game.
We got
To
a few things sent in. Obviously, there's a bit of
Joel.
a backlog.
yeah, it's good. We've got a jam-packed episode because obviously the 2 weeks worth of material. So we hope you guys enjoy today, wherever you are in the world, wherever you are, whether it's morning, night, bedtime, lunchtime. We hope you're having a good day.
All good times. Thought of a would you rather for the boys. Would you rather always have your phone on the lowest brightness setting or on the lowest volume? Not muted, so the one above mute.
Okay.
So it's either on the lowest brightness or the lowest volume.
To be honest, I'm going to go brightness.
So my phone, it's tough for me because I hate when phones are on low brightness.
I hate it as well. But imagine low volume. You can't really watch YouTube. You can't really watch Netflix.
See, that's the only thing. On my phone is my main thing I watch YouTube on.
Yeah. See, I'm lucky I have my laptop. But if it was only my phone, I still think I might. Because
I'm going to go, music.
Because think you're in the car and your phone's on one volume. You wouldn't be able to listen to music in the car.
Yeah, that's
Or
true.
podcasts. Brightness would be a nightmare, but in bed at night time, it would be okay. I'm going to lock in low brightness.
I was going to go sound until you mentioned the car.
Yeah.
Because the music, like if you have the volume on half in the car, it doesn't sound as good even when it's fully turned up in the car. You need it on full volume. So I'm going to go brightness as well just for that Spotify factor. Yeah, definitely.
I think this is a follow-up that we have here.
We have a couple this week.
And you know how we feel about follow-ups. We adore them. We love them.
Oh, no, this isn't a follow-up, but you'll like this one.
Oh, okay.
You loved this one. Okay.
Will I love it? Okay.
Yeah. It's a real bogany, like fucking...
Okay.
Hi, boys, love the potty. I've got me and my boyfriend hooked on it. We're from Perth. Her name is Amity.
Hello, Amity.
Quick question. I was wondering if you boys would help me out by coming up with some ideas for presents for my boyfriend. We will have been dating for 1 year and his birthday is the week before our 1 year. So I'm thinking 2 presents, but nice quality.
Okay.
My original idea was a number plate for his Hilux with either Sex Wax or Sex Lux as the plate. However, it's like $700 and I don't know if it's a good idea. Thanks, boys. PS is not till September.
Yeah. So Sex Wax obviously is an air freshener, a competitor of ours.
Yep. So fuck them. And Sex Lux, she's just using a play on the Hilux.
I actually really like the Sex Wax. I used to use it all the time.
Yeah, I've used it a few times, but like you said, competitor now.
Yeah. And they destroy us. They're way better than us.
Yeah,
in every
they are.
facet. Would I ever get... I know this isn't the question.
I think that's a terrible gift.
I think it is too.
If you guys are like that bogany 4-wheel drive couple, it's a good gift.
Yeah.
If that's what you like bond over. But like if Carly got me a number plate that said Sex Falcon, I'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like I'd have to maybe try and pretend I like it, but you'd be able to see straight. I'd open it and be like, and then when I realized it's $700, I'm thinking like, could have booked Bali, love. Like that's my fucking flights in a week in Bali. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Imbecile.
One of like personalized number plates can be quite embarrassing.
Yeah. It has to be like, you know, if you're in Dubai and you've got that they like do it by, if you have number one, it's worth like $10 million.
Okay.
So if you got that, I understand if you're driving around a Ferrari.
But it's different
But when you're in a Hilux and it says Sex Lux, I'm thinking every time I see those sort of number plates, and it's always on Hiluxes, like Commodores.
You can already imagine the people
they're
driving.
like purple.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen a few, and I feel like it doesn't paint a good picture.
No.
I never think of the person in the car as anything other than just like a bogan.
Yeah.
My brother and his friends used to get them when they were like in the early 2000s because
Yeah.
they would get like cars and do them up and stuff.
Yeah.
And they thought,
They thought they were in Fast and Furious.
a little bit, yeah. They were just living their dreams, you know?
And now he's a mechanic, so there you
Yeah.
go.
And he hates cars now, so.
Oh, really? Because he sees too many.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So yeah, personalised plates.
I don't love them.
Yeah, I don't love them. You get what you're given. Enjoy it.
But I genuinely think for $700, I think you can do a lot more with that.
Definitely.
Than a number plate, a
And
piece
if-
of metal that says Sex Lux.
And you called it a
that means she loves the Hilux. She was
She-
like,
she
"I'll pick
said
me
a
up in the Lux."
nice quality gift.
Yeah, I wouldn't classify that as nice or quality.
Bit of personalised aluminium.
$700, bro. We got to get into that business. Imagine that. You get that order, right? Sex Lux, I'll give you $700.
Oh, let's do Jamo and do the number plates.
Oh, that'd be good.
JD.
They'd probably be faulty in some way.
JD001, JD002. And we'd probably
Sex
sell about
Lux.
7 of them.
Yeah, we would. But that's $700 a pop. We're doing all
yeah.
right. Yeah, I think you can do better Amity. And if I see a Hilux with Sex Lux, don't get me started, mate.
Oh, no.
She looks like a nice girl. She's got a bouquet of flowers in her profile pic. I wouldn't pick her as a Sex Lux type of girl.
She's a gift giver. But she wanted us to also give ideas. We don't know what the boyfriend likes.
Yeah, I don't know what he's like.
Obviously,
Maybe
he
some
likes
new-
his 4-wheel drive.
Some new tires. I don't know.
Surely he likes camping.
Give
if
him
he's
some
got a Hilux.
Yeah, give him a
Buy him a-
swag or a tent.
Yeah, like a sick new tent.
Maybe like a cooking kit.
Take him glamping and he'll hate you.
Yeah, take him to a hotel. He probably hate that. Why?
Yeah.
Why the fuck are we at the Crown when
I
you
want to
could
see the great
you
outdoors.
could have got me a Sex Lux fucking. Where's my Sex Lux, huh?
Yeah, has he been talking about the number plate? Like, is that what he really wants?
He probably refers to it as the Sex Lux.
That's probably right.
Yeah. Now it makes sense. Maybe you guys should reconsider your relationship.
Might chuck one on my Mazda, the Sexter.
Yeah, maybe, you know what? I think take the bogan out of him for his birthday.
Go
maybe
on
do
holiday.
something nice.
Use the $700 to go down south on a trip away.
That sounds great.
Or-
and stay in a place with walls and a bathroom
Yeah.
and just see how you like
Place
it.
where you won't be dirty.
Yeah, maybe cook some breakfast. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
See how
like
you
you said
go.
earlier, buy some barley tickets.
Yeah, but there's lots of things you
Go
can
to
do
a
with
tropical
$700.
If he's a bogan, you'd love barley. wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
he'd suit. I mean, he can't take his 4-wheel drive there, but
No, but he'd get
he
a
can hop on a little.
4x4 and ride through the jungle.
Yeah, he'd love that.
Same.
There's many things you can do. Don't stoop that low.
No,
She's
do
probably
not.
going to buy it still.
Definitely. She probably won't even listen. All right, let's continue on.
But this one is an update.
Beautiful.
So a long time ago, the 3rd of May 2022, so over a year,
Yeah, that's a year and a week ago.
we got a story in, and it was about our Spanish teacher slept with a year 9 in one of her classes when she was 44.
His Spanish teacher.
Yeah.
Wow.
Turns out the kid filmed all of it, taken photos, showed his
Oh, I
friends
do
as
remember
proof.
this.
And we never showed you guys the photos, but we got them.
Yes.
And, you know, that's just an update.
That's crazy. I remember that so vividly.
Espanol. Oh, bro. This is her hugging him, like wrapped around him like a tree, bruv. The reason she did it is she says that she was lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a poor excuse.
She plied her young student with booze and had sex with him because she was lonely during COVID lockdowns.
That lockdown affected people in different ways, man.
And we can... my college teacher blames loneliness suffered during COVID lockdown for plying a student with booze and having doggy-style sex with him after he called her a MILF. Told detective she was happy that someone was paying attention to her. She admitted that it's wrong. She arranged to pick the teenager up from a train station, asking him to duck his head. The boy had 3 to 4 Jack Daniels and Cokes and 2 shots of vodka.
Wow. To be fair, that's disgusting from her.
Yeah, Phil.
What is she, 46?
44.
44.
And he was 14. So it's only 30 years, bro.
Yeah, only 30 years.
The court heard a 3-second video the boy took of his teacher sitting on his lap in the stairwell of her home. And before he left that day would be her ultimate undoing. So that video was like a one that kind of...
He's probably sent it to everyone.
She'll be
Snapchat.
sentenced on May 12th. So
Tomorrow.
by the time this comes out,
You would know.
she'll be locked away.
How many years
She was a
would she
deeply
get?
lonely woman. I don't know, hey.
Because let's okay. Sex with an underage person. That's incredible. Like
That's got to be a couple years. 5 years?
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, like you said, if roles were reversed, that
he'd
guy's
be going
getting
away,
bashed in
bro.
prison.
Yeah. I wonder if she'll get beat up.
But she'll
wonder
be
how women
obviously
work.
in a women's prison.
Are women a bit like, you dirty bitch? Like, bang.
I'm not sure. I'd love to get another update on that from him.
When the boy left, he remarked that if he told fellow students of their encounter, I'm going to be the coolest kid in school. She admitted it was nice to hear when he then described her as pretty and a MILF.
Yeah, so she's
Her
lonely.
response was to kiss him.
So she's lonely and getting told that she's nice and whatever, and then she's just leapt at him and said, "You're mine, Kiddly Wink." Yeah, no chance.
What do you,
No
who do you think you are?
chance. We're just reading a message we just got sent.
Some people, mate.
All right, voice
Some people. We got 2 this
messages.
week.
We hope you're enjoying the Jamo and Dylan show. It's now time to have your stories heard and your questions answered. To be featured on the Poddy, message the boys at Jamo and Dylan on Instagram.
Boys, just wanted to quickly say that far out, I'm absolutely in love with the both of you, eh? You two just absolutely brighten my week. I just pulled into my driveway listening to the end of the podcast with Lockie, and you got real philosophical and said how, you got to just keep grinding and good things will come, and I really needed to hear that. But also, I literally pulled into my driveway as you've dropped that line. I've turned off the car. I'm sitting in the silence after a podcast. I'm sure all your listeners know what that's like. But there is something sexual about a podcast ending as you get home. Completely unplanned. God, it feels amazing. I'm aroused. I'm loving life. I love you, boys. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.
Love you too, mate.
It's a beautiful message, mate.
We appreciate
Thank you.
that. Thanks for being a long-term listener. We appreciate it, and yeah, we're glad that we can have that impact on some people.
What a beautiful man.
Amazing. And he is right. It is almost a sexual feeling when your podcast does finish as you get home. That's probably happened to me 3 times ever.
3 good times.
3 best.
How we doing? I need to confess something that only me and my mother know. I've got a younger brother, he's 15, and about 8 years ago he got a cat, and this cat was a fucking piece of shit, like the worst pet I've ever had. Remember, it was probably 6 months ago, I woke up with the cat shit in the corner of my room, and it was like the last straw. I was like, fuck this. Went to mum, I said, Mum, we got to get rid of this cat. We've got some family friends up in Ballarat, and they got a farm, and they wanted the cat so we could go out and catch mice and shit. So we shipped the cat off, and we told my younger brother the cat had just run away, and he had no idea, like he was upset, but oh well. 6 weeks ago, we went up to the farm, and there was a headstone there, and the cat's name was on the headstone. It had been buried because it got run over by a tractor. My younger brother was there, and he was like, what the fuck is this? And we were like, it's just a coincidence. They had a photo of the cat on the wall of their kitchen, so he found out about 6 months after.
Wow.
Going up to the farm.
So the kid did find out 6 months after, the little brother.
He finally put it together. He's
He
going,
did.
that's my cat, isn't it?
Imagine the betrayal you'd feel from your brother and your mum.
Because the mum's gone, you know what? Let's get rid of it.
Yeah.
I mean, at least they gave it to people they know. That's actually quite nice.
Yeah, they could have
Yeah.
just like literally just let it go. But they were pretty good about it.
They did the right thing, to be fair.
Gave it to family. Let it probably have a good life up
Out
there.
on the farm, bro. Living good.
Getting nice mice treats.
Until that old tractor came
Yep.
and just straight over. Crushed, bro. Wonder if it probably got so crushed that like it's like vocal cords couldn't. It was just you just heard the crack and the.
Oh, remember last night we had a Nando's after the loss, and
Oh god!
Zach came,
Just
and Zach's a good friend of ours, and
But he's got no luck.
no, not much luck. And he's the one we've told the story before of when he had to pick his dead dog off the road after it was run
But he
over.
told us more about that story that we'd never
Yes.
known before.
So obviously the dog was run over, and then the person
Big 4-wheel drive.
who ran the dog over proceeded to reverse back over
Yeah.
the dog that had just been crushed.
Sis accidentally let the dog out. It was a small dog. And this 4-wheel drive, Zach said, I think he said 30-something inch tyres, which doesn't mean a lot to me, but to a lot of you it may.
30
I'm just
inches
assuming
sounds like
that's
a
a
lot.
big tyre, bro. Big wide tyre. Straight over the dog, instantly dead, because it went straight over the head, he said. So it actually killed it instantly, crushed and splattered. And then, proceeded to obviously stop and then rolled back over.
Yeah.
And then he took that to the vet.
What was left of it,
Yeah, we'll do like the body.
And when-
he said it was disintegrating.
When he told us that it reversed back over, we uncontrollably laughed. Now, you
You can't add shit like that in. You know what I mean? It's not really fair on us.
can't add it on later.
That's not fair on us, mate.
I actually, it's controversial and there's a lot to it, but I was listening to Casey Neistat on
That's
Andrew
interesting.
Schultz's podcast. He was on Flagrant, and he was telling a story about 9/11, right?
Okay.
He was like a couple streets away when it happened, and he was very involved. And I'm not going to go too much into it. I'll just give you a little snippet of the comment section, right? So I don't know too much about him. Like, I know that he was a
Of
big
Casey,
vlogger.
yeah. I just know that he was like one of the first big vloggers.
Yeah.
of
He
the
was doing them
world,
every
of
day. They were
YouTube.
high quality. He had his
Travelling.
own way of shooting and whatnot. And anyway, apparently he tells this story on every podcast he goes. And every time he tells it, he adds things to it. And it's about 9/11. And then in Flagrant, the episode a couple of weeks back, he came out and said that he was directing NYPD. He was directing them and medics and stuff and like telling them to close down streets, and
He was.
Were
Were they buying it or not?
Yeah, they ate it up.
Ah.
But they just didn't question it. I think because they're in an interview mode, they just like were listening. But then people were like, "This is cowardly from Flagrant to not call him out for this." Like they already knew this story, and like people aren't happy with Casey for retelling the story, but adding all these
Every
things
time.
in. And people were like, "There is no way he would have control over that." Or
Yeah, I'd probably.
he was 20 at the time.
You'd start thinking, come on, mate.
Yeah, I'll show you after because you
Probably
won't.
don't even book your own doctor's appointments at 20. What's going on?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it at all. And it was actually because I've never really felt any negative things towards him until now.
I never watched him because I just really didn't like how he looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no offense, I know, but it's just I couldn't stand to watch a video.
Yeah, the little mouth.
And he does make. Well, I assume he makes good videos. I've never watched one really. I know he did a lot. He was like a pioneer in that space.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, some people you just can't watch them. Just physically, I was just like, it's just I can't look.
repulsed.
Yeah, I just can't look at him. Like, did something happen?
No, I think that's just how he looks.
Okay, I don't know what's worse.
But you're repulsed by the way he looks.
Is it meaner if I'm repulsed if something had happened, or is it meaner to be repulsed just of how he is? What's worse?
I think if something had happened because he can't control either.
Oh, with all the money in the world, he could definitely get some fillers or something.
What's he feeling? Just his lower head region.
Yeah, it looks like underdeveloped in a way.
Yeah, I see. I can.
I don't know. It's just I've just never been able to watch him properly.
Yeah, due to his
He's
face.
lived a good life though, so good for him.
He has.
He's achieved a lot with that face.
Storyteller as well.
Yeah, he
just
is, isn't he? I can't wait to watch this video.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll,
really
we'll do it
excited.
in the break because
Yeah.
we've changed cameras for today. We'll watch it in the break, then we'll come back.
All right, we'll have the break now then.
Okay,
'cause
and then we've got confessions and court cases
Yeah.
to end the episode. All right, cool.
It's now time to dive into your deepest and darkest confessions. Let's hear what the people have to get off their chest.
Boys, I need your help. I recently met this girl through a video production we both worked on, and she ended up being my neighbour. I think I might like her, but she's throwing out little tiny hints that she likes me. How do I make sure before asking her out on a date? And what type of date do you take a neighbour on? Do I ask her to come over for a movie, or do we go to dinner or something? I don't want it to get awkward. Please help.
It's tough, man. What's going
Well,
through
the only
your
way
head?
you know is to ask her out.
Yeah.
So you just got
That's
to
a
bite
good-
the
yeah.
bullet.
Yeah, because if she says no, then obviously she doesn't like you. If she
You're-
says yes, she likes
You're a
you.
neighbour.
Perfect.
Maybe. I don't know. It's probably weird to ask someone to come over on the
Yeah, I
first
think you
date.
need
Even
to
though you
meet.
are neighbours, I don't know if you should do that yet.
You need to meet in a public spot first.
Yeah, go on. You can carpool though. You know,
Little
going
dinner.
back to the same area.
Anyway, he just needs to ask her out, bite the bullet,
Yeah, you just got to do
and then
it.
the worst she can say is no,
And then at least you know.
and then you can move on.
At
to the
least you know
next.
for sure. And where do you take her? Well, it's hard because
Like what would? Because you don't want something too formal. Like if you go out for
it just needs something where you can talk.
if you go out for like a really nice dinner at a fancy place, I don't know. It could make I might feel a bit awkward if it's the
That can
first
be later
time.
on if you get on really well.
Yeah.
That's a nice like third or maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe just I don't know.
Just
You
do
could go for a
something-
coffee during the day. You could go maybe some drinks at night. Something where you can actually get to know each other.
yeah. I
And then
agree.
after that, you can do the the stereotypical dates that
yeah,
are still fun. But you need to get to know each other first. Some talking time.
agreed.
We have an update.
This is what I was waiting for.
So, this original story was about her and her ex-boyfriend. They went out
Mm-hmm.
in the same friendship group.
Okay.
They shared a vape.
Yep.
She ended up driving him home.
Mm-hmm.
She told us they were pretty drunk. They were flirty. They went on a long walk to get that new vape, actually. And then, so he took her home. She took him home. You know, they were cuddling, kissing.
Yeah,
and
started
that's all that
macking on
happened.
with each other.
That's all that happened, apparently.
But she has a boyfriend, right?
Does she have a boyfriend?
Or he has a girlfriend. It's one of the two.
He has a girlfriend.
He has a
Yeah,
girlfriend.
She
okay.
doesn't. Anyway, so they made out in his bedroom.
Yeah.
And that's all, apparently. But this is the update. We asked for it. We got it. I ended up telling one of my friends, then another. Long story short, a lot of people know. So she's gone and told everyone because she wants everyone
She had
to
that
know.
guilt.
All his friends know, but he doesn't know they know.
Okay.
But to be honest, I don't really care anymore. Like, it's just not a big deal to me. Plus, I think after that, there's nothing left for him. Wow. So she's basically said it's still my man.
Yeah, and she said, "Oh, it's not a big deal to me. I don't care."
You guys also mentioned I was withholding information. That was right. Basically, we were actually both very sober, so we didn't have an excuse.
Wait, so did she lie?
She told us they were really drunk.
She didn't withhold information. She lied.
Yeah. So they actually were sober.
She's a liar, and she doesn't care that she's made the ex cheat.
Also, we were going to have sex, but I left before that happened because that would have been too far.
Who is this? I want to put like a. Oh, we can't see it. I want to put like a fucking warning out there to everyone because this woman's crazy.
I also don't feel very guilty anymore because everyone who knows either says it doesn't matter or it's his fault. No one,
because you're
not one
talking to your
person has
mates.
blamed me. No one seems to care. It would eventually make its way to his girlfriend, but when that happens, that's his problem, TBH. Anyway, thank you so much for including me. I had the biggest smile while listening. I love you guys so much. Never stop. I love heart.
That's ridiculous.
She's
bro.
fucking crazy.
She's nuts.
Wow, he probably loves it too, eh?
She's listening back to us ripping into her for basically, ruining a relationship.
Okay, like it doesn't
Smiling.
matter. It's his. Like you said, she's talking to her friends, and obviously they're never going to be like, "You did the wrong thing."
Yeah.
Her girls are being like, "No, girl,
yeah,
you have done the wrong thing. You suck, and he sucks." Just so
Yes.
you know, like you have
You
to
do
accept,
need to hear that
You're
from
an adult.
people.
You have to accept responsibility,
Yes.
and you should actually you should check your friends if they can't tell you that they can be like, "Whoa, that's fucked, man." I can't believe they haven't even said that.
yeah.
For them to be like, "No, it's only his fault."
They've turned a blind eye, and they've literally put it on him.
Yeah, that's not fair.
He might not
He's
have
a shit
been-
bloke. and
She's probably fed like her mates all of this information about him being a shit person. That may
Yeah.
be the case, but she's still playing into it. She's still seen her ex. She's still gone along with it. Laid in bed, cuddled.
Wow. And then she
Kissed.
basically goes, "Not my problem."
I want to put a fucking.
We appreciate
PSA
the
about
support,
this.
though.
Oh yeah, we love
Love you for the
We
support.
love the content too.
Yeah,
But,
this is great content.
And I want another
Bro,
update when she
doesn't
finds
feel
out.
guilty. She's just like, "I don't care. It's
Big
gonna
smile on her
it's
face.
gonna make her way to that bitch anyway." Oh, all over a vape.
She doesn't even care. That's incredible.
Unbelievable. The kids,
How does this make the
bro?
men of
The
today
kids these
feel?
days, eh?
I'll read this one. Okay. Hi guys. Whoa. Hi guys.
That's better.
Just wanted to give you
Yeah, keep going lower.
Just wanted to give you
Gotta make
both
up
props
for it.
for all the laughs and entertainment you provide on the potty. I suffered a mild traumatic brain injury last weekend, and listening to the 2 latest episodes has helped me stress a little less and made the hospital stay a lot more bearable. Wanted to ask what you guys reckon on things or people that are labelled as sport or athletes but technically shouldn't be. He's basically
been
saying
a bit-
chess shouldn't be a sport.
Fair. Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
That should be called a mental game.
Yeah. He could have cut that down a bit.
Yeah, it fucked me
Didn't
up.
need a new
Now I'm
fucking
talking-
explanation.
Now I'm talking normal again. Obviously, mentally, you have to be a strategic mastermind to play it at a high
Yes.
level.
Yep.
But it also doesn't take a lot of dexterity either. And I think sport should comprise of physicality, mental and strategic aspects, and dexterity. Is a chess player an athlete? Probably not. My hot take is that F1 isn't really a sport, as the vehicle does most of the physical work. I understand stuff such as G-force will take its toll on the body, but does that mean the driver is an athlete? Pilots in the military fly fighter jets, but I guess they're not classed as athletes, as it's however, it's somewhat a similar thing. Let me know your thoughts. Hopefully the brain injury isn't too obvious with this take.
I don't think they're similar things, actually.
I understand. He means from the toll it has on your body through G-force. Like being a fighter pilot is incredibly difficult.
Yeah, but
it's not a sport.
I think it's a weird comparison. I think F1's a sport.
I'll say F1's a sport, but it's also like racing. Like it's different to running racing.
Yeah.
Because if you put a driver in the Red Bull car that's, ranked 15th in the world or something, he'd probably be in the top 3 every week. You know what I mean? Like the car is doing a lot of the work. These are the best drivers in the world. But it's hard to compare like football, soccer, basketball, like ball sports.
Yeah.
It's hard to compare those, which I think in his head, he's thinking they're sports, to racing, because you're in something else that is like powered rather than just using your body.
Yeah, but that's why it's called motorsport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like he just like,
I think
has
it's
sport
I
as a
think
bracket.
it's still a sport. It's just a type of sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So motorsport's fine.
Yeah.
And then what was his other take? Chess? I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
I'm fine with chess. I don't think anyone's ever really said chess is a sport. I've never heard that take before. But people try and, there's
have.
esports.
There's chess athletes. Like I've heard of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard of that
But then
before.
chess is like, you also think of how strategic like soccer's gotten. It's basically, if you're a manager, you're moving pieces around a board. Like being Pep is basically like a chess game, but you're actually physically doing it on the field. I don't know. It's a weird. I understand where he's
It's
coming
tough. There's
from.
different aspects of sport. Like
Yeah.
sport's not just one category.
Motorsports, water sports,
There's, fighting sports. There's different.
like dancing.
Different
That's a big
types.
one. Like dancing is classified as a sport.
I guess when the gymnasts do it at the Olympics, they're like probably some of the highest level athletes, to be honest.
And then how is it judged? Like, because dancing is subjective to the judges.
So is fighting, though, in
True.
a way, if it's not finished.
Yeah. No, it's weird. There's so many
There's-
grey
there's
areas.
tough sport.
in
Yeah, it
sports.
is.
But I
There
like
is
what you were
grey
saying
areas.
about classifications, like water
Yeah,
sports,
they're definitely
motorsports, ball sports.
and then there's just, there's swimming and running. That's purely just the
Yeah.
athlete against,
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I understand exactly where he's coming from, but I guess we've answered it with the classifications. It's just a different type of sport. But yeah, chess we're not going to include.
No, I'm not including.
I'm calling that a brain game.
I'm not including chess.
Brain game.
Like I wouldn't. What about darts? Athletes or not?
Yes.
Yeah, you put them in.
But that what category is that? It's not ball sports.
I don't know what I'd put them in the same categories like people who play pool and snooker,
Yeah.
whatever that.
Shooting, like shooting
Yeah,
discs
there's
and
got to
stuff?
be like a category for them.
All right, so we just had a battery problem, but
We are
we're
back.
back. I've just done some research here. I've found a website called Questionable Sports and also the definition of sport. And it's interesting because there's a couple different ones. So, sport, an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment, right?
Yeah, so
that's fine.
okay.
F1 is included in that.
Pretty much everything.
And you can actually include chess in that.
Definitely under that definition for sure.
And then if we go down here to questionable sports, it says a sport is a human activity involving physical skill and exertion, governed by a set of rules or customs,
Yes.
undertaken competitively. So here's a question: esports, FIFA, does that classify?
I would probably never classify that as a sport. I just think it's gaming.
Yeah.
However, personally, I'm just not gonna.
But it does fall under this.
Yeah, it does fall under that, but I just can't do it.
Yeah. And then down here, games, not sports. So this website called Top End Sports calls chess, poker, pool
games.
games.
I like that. Yep.
Activities with machines, motorsports, motocross, airplanes, drone racing.
Robot soccer.
And this, so one sec. A sport by my definition requires physical exertion.
So they're saying motorsports are sports.
Okay, so they're saying motorsports are
Motocross
physical.
is a sport. E-gaming.
Does not have the physical demands that enables them to classify as sports. That is about esports. Activities, climbing, skydiving, rock climbing. Oh, hang on. It says
No, rock climbing is a sport. It's at the Olympics now.
It says
Isn't
a lot
it?
of recreational outdoor activities that involve high levels but do not have the competitive element.
Rock climbing
Examples-
has that now.
It does. Some of
So-
these. Oh no, that is under. So even skydiving is a sport listed.
Oh,
For
he's
here.
saying they are. Okay, yeah.
These ones are.
Because they have a competitive
These ones
branch.
aren't,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
fair. Yep. Hiking, canyoning. Okay, interesting.
That's an interesting one. Professional wrestling. Professional wrestling.
Yeah. They're pretty athletic.
Well, I think he means
Like WWE.
WWE. But that's a scripted sport, so there's not
It's interesting.
the competitive aspect is
Isn't
acting.
there. But the physical demands are there.
Yeah, it's a scripted performance or theatrical
I get
production.
it's
I say
it's
they're
tough.
athletes, but it's not a sport.
They're very
Does
athletic.
that make sense?
Yeah. They're definitely athletes. Like what they can do is pretty crazy. Yeah.
So this says dance sport is the sports version of dancing. Other dance forms which are performed for entertainment and fun do not make it as a sport. However, break dancing will be part of the 2024.
So breakdancing's a sport now.
Yeah.
Yep, dance sport.
Martial arts, that is got to be a sport.
Definitely. That's like a higher level because it's like kind of putting your body on the
Yeah.
line. I guess all contact sports, you're putting your body on the line.
And this is getting ridiculous now. Wife carrying.
Wife carrying. Damn.
Weird.
Well, that was an interesting conversation.
It was. Sport. Very interesting.
sport,
Falls under lots of different brackets.
All right, last confession. Hey guys, I'm in a weird situation with a girl. I met a girl at uni this year and we instantly became close friends. She has a boyfriend of 8 months whom she says she loves. We would hang out at school and after. We also texted briefly every day. She often wanted to take naps together, and sometimes I would try massaging, touching her during our naps, or if I stayed over to see her reaction. She didn't say no. Then I confessed that I liked her and she acted surprised. This made me rethink everything. Am I being delusional or is it on her?
Being a bit weird, bro.
This is a weird situation, bro. What do you mean naps?
Taking naps with each other and then
You're
just
uni
touching her
friends
up.
and then you take naps together. And then what do you mean touching her? Like how far did this go, bro?
He's giving her massages.
What the
And then he goes, no, what's weird is he goes, oh yeah, I started touching her, but she didn't say no.
That's what I messaged
That's
him. I was like,
outrageous.
taking naps? Like question mark? And he hasn't replied yet, but
That's not something to be like proud of.
I don't know. She sounds like a crazy. There's been a few on this episode.
He sounds a bit creepy too.
Yeah.
Like him going, yeah, let's take naps. I'll massage you without you even knowing. It's borderline sexual assault there.
I think she's into it though.
If she hasn't said no yet.
But
Yeah, but then he's asked her out and she hasn't even said yeah.
then she takes naps with him.
Yeah.
I don't get this.
Studying's
girl,
hard,
bro.
man. Apparently. We
I
have
don't
friends
get
that
this,
bail on
man.
trips to study. So,
That is true.
yeah,
One court case.
indeed.
You're about to enter the courtroom of Jamo and Dylan. The people are real, the cases are real, and the rulings are final. This is Jamo and Dylan's courtroom.
Lads, I've got a bit of a court case here. I just want to know if I'm the asshole or not. So I house sit a lot of houses and pet sit a lot of pets at people's houses. So I've been doing that for a while, but currently I've been away for 2 weeks and I've got another 4 weeks in front of me of house sitting, and then like a few weeks here and there throughout the rest of the year for the time being. Anyway, I pay rent to my parents, right? So I pay X amount of dollars per week or per fortnight to my parents to help them out throughout the house. But they're still asking for my rent when I'm not living at home. Do you think I'm the asshole for putting up a fight for not paying for it? Or do you think I should still pay my parents? Now, it's not a lot of money that I pay them, but it's still money coming out of my minimum wage paycheck that I work fucking hard for. But, yeah, I want to know if I'm the asshole or not.
It's a hard one. I'm going to go on her side.
Same.
She's a listener. She's not staying at home, so why does she
If
need
you're
to
out of
pay?
the house for 4 weeks,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really need to be paying
Well, she's
rent.
not. Yeah, she's not. Like, they don't have to buy food for her during that time. She's not taking showers, not using their electricity. I think it's fair for her not to pay during that time, but I understand the parents have paid for her things for probably 18 years of her life. They probably put a lot of time and effort into her upbringing.
Yep.
So I understand both
I understand why they
perspectives.
want it, but
I'm taking her side.
I'm going to go on her side.
Not guilty.
No rent.
I think she doesn't have to pay. House sitting wouldn't be a bad job at all.
No, it
Right,
wouldn't be.
It's gotten me thinking.
Starting to maybe
Right,
sign
go
up.
house to house.
Yeah.
Get some nice houses, mansions.
The Cottesloe specialist.
Dog sitting, I can't really get with though, because
no
I've done
thanks,
that
not for
before,
me.
and that was a nightmare. I was at a house for a week, I think, and it was a long week.
High maintenance dog?
2 dogs.
Oh, God.
I believe they were around the same age. They were beagles.
What's
But
that look like?
I'll show you. You don't know what a beagle looks like.
No, bro, I'm not interested in animals. I don't know what many dog broods look like.
They were like.
I recognise that dog. I just
Oh,
didn't
they
know what it's
were-
called.
They were mixed with it, more like this. Little dogs. But there was 2 of them. So you'd take them on the leash for a walk, and they'd both run like the other way.
Oh,
So then it's making me, like, imagine that. That's an ick when you're walking with
yeah,
a
if
dog.
anyone
And then they
caught you
start
with
to
that,
run
bro,
away.
and then you're like,
Yeah, and you're like making you jog and stuff when you've got it.
life ain't easy.
And then they'd shit all the time.
Yeah.
They'd scratch on the door at 6 a.m. They'd bark. Like,
They sound horrible.
it was a horrible week. Saying goodbye to them, because I'd had such like a big week of ups and downs.
Started to.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do I miss them? Not really, but like in
did
the
at the
moment,
time?
I was like, oh, I hate you, but
I'll miss you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah, no, and that was a very interesting time house sitting. But yeah, like I said before, it wouldn't be the worst job, and I don't think you'd get paid much at all.
No. But you get a little vacation.
If you were working from your laptop, or you had a little business or something, and you just needed extra money, that would be a good way to
Yeah.
do it. A new environment, new house, new toilet.
It's like staying in a hotel.
It is
Kind of exciting.
The house I house sat was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's probably
Where would-
websites for it.
Oh, imagine if you could house sit in just all the nice areas. Golden Triangle of Perth.
Oh, that's the dream.
Mansions, double-decker mansions,
You
triple.
need some good reviews for that. You need 100 5-star reviews.
Or just know some people. Yeah, I can vouch for him. He's clean. He's tidy. He'll be the only one there.
Yeah.
Yes, sirree. I'll do it.
Living the dream.
Anyway, that's it for this week. We hope you enjoyed it. Got to do a couple things, and then off I'll trot to the hospital
There you
to
go.
get some scans because I'm in pain right now. Much love, guys. Have a good week. Send in your stuff for next week, and we'll see you then.
Thank you for listening to the Jamo and Dylan Show. Make sure to subscribe to the boys on YouTube and share the podcast with a mate.